Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this started. Good luck, everyone. And this will be streamed and whatnot, so try and keep it relatively clean if you get mad. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, don't worry.
We've messed with Jess. I know it's
All right.
looks like.
Best of luck, lads.
Good luck, have fun.
Okay, so for those of you that are in my coaching with Cal, as soon as this is done, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the next group, the next team. I should have at least 2 solid teams to go. So if there's anyone that has time constraints, please let me know. Thank you for that, Ghost. Let me go ahead and add you real quick. Are you chatting up a storm over there, Mr. Aiden? Bye. Okay, I got everyone else. So that being the case, for those of you joining, hi, what is it? I'm paying attention to you, yeah. Do you want to see the monster? Are you excited to see the monster? So for those of you tuning in, I do community coaching with Cal every Thursday and Saturday evening. I don't expect that to change anytime soon. There is a good chance I will be going to the PlayStation 4 to do community coaching there as well down the road. But I'm not too sure about that. I don't know the details, so it'll just be interesting to see. Yeah, is that the monster? Is that Nemo? Is that Nemo? And so if you are on the PC right now, please, and you want to join this, let me know, because I do this pretty consistently. Bay? What is that? That being said, in May, I will be doing a really large Evolve event, kind of a marathon. I'm not going to specifically say the date and time just yet. I'm probably going to wait a little while for that. But there will be a lot of raffles, including a art book, one of those art books that is completely signed by all the devs at Turtle Rock Studios. There's going to be t-shirts, there's going to be stickers, Evolve bracelets, all sorts of swag, posters, all kinds of good things. So make sure that you do follow me for any information. I am on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook. Just look for MaddCowQQ, look for the cow with the chainsaw. Yeah, look, there's the monster. It looks like Nemo, huh? You like Nemo? Yeah. Okay, so Wraith Trap with a Wraith. Interestingly enough, it's kind of funny that if you do play this map and you fight around the generator as a Wraith, it's actually kind of disorienting just because the Wraith makes kind of weird sounds. So it's kind of interesting to see. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this setup. I'm really hoping that they put on a really good show for everyone. So it looks like he's being a little bit sneaky, not eating under areas with carrion birds. But it is the first kill, and the first kill doesn't always mean that, but I'm always paranoid. I always feel like the first kill is always going to be something. So I feel like they might be able to see him as he comes out. I have their silhouettes on, so I think that they actually might see him right now. At least it looks like that they're going in that right direction. So it'll be interesting to see. I do like this split. Support Trapper sticking together, good old Hank and Griffin, and then Kyra with Torvald. So this split's actually pretty good because Griffin is usually very vulnerable when he throws up a dome, just because you can focus the Griffin, and there's not much that Griffin can do to survive. Like, so if the monster wants to focus Griffin, Griffin can't do much other than shoot him in the face. But with having a Hank on the team, it makes Griffin very, very survivable. So these three together are a very survive-oriented team. Yeah, Aiden, I hear you. Oh, you want some drink? I tell you what, I'll give you a drink. Okay, so it looks like that they're ready to engage. It's going to be an interesting. So it looks like there might not be a dome there. I'm not sure if it was just the Trapper was slightly behind, or he just didn't feel comfortable about engaging in that area. So we're going to go ahead and see how this goes. Here comes some mortars, almost hitting the Wraith, knocking off some of the shells off the sides. So it looks like he's going and trying to attack and down. Okay, here we go. First engagement. Let's see. So we've got that really great cloak. I like that Kyra and Hank are staying near each other so they can heal each other. Karma's armor is already depleted, and so it looks like he's going to be on the defensive. So really good pressure from the hunters, getting Varg out of the penalty box, so to speak. and it looks like that he's just kind of working around trying to find a weakness to exploit. I always do like conjugates on Assault. He puts tremendous pressure on all of his rolls. So it looks like he's trying to go once again after Griffin. He's got both Hank and Kyra to deal with, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to make much headway. So it looks like he pulled Hank out of position, and Hank should have his cloak up. Yep, there's the cloak. So really good, really strong play on the Hunters. Hey, don't flip my companies. Really strong play on the Hunters, doing really good job covering each other, and you can tell because the Wraith is trying to make anything stick, and it's not working too much. And it looks like Conjugate's slightly low, and there goes his personal shield. So really good engagement for the Hunters. They got probably a bar and a half of health, and really good clean fight. So the Hunter is, the Wraith is going to go ahead, try and fix up what he can. And there's Griffin continuing to be a pain in the butt, trying to do as much as possible. And there's Hank with that shield. Really good covering. This is exactly what you want to see in really good level Hunter play, is that they're always covering each other. You know, Griffin does... Sorry, hold on. My son is a little overzealous right now. And that's exactly what you see in really good Hunter level play, is they're always covering each other. What I know that when I was playing Cabot, I would always be there, so if Griffin was harpooning the monster, he never had to worry, oh, I harpooned the monster and my teammate's not there. You've always got a support cloak running up to you, or a shield from Hank, you know, and that's exactly what you do in high level Hunter play. So now it looks like he's ready to evolve, and he's going to try and give him a slip. He might be trying to make a positional. Ooh, not sure if I agree with this. I feel like he probably should have just taken this free evolve and then move off. Still looks like he can go out, but I think he's actually going to try and stick. Looks like he's going after Kyra, and there's Hank with that amazing. Oh, just barely got caught inside that dome. That was a close dome. So it looks like he went after Kyra, but Kyra got protected by Morpheus just in time. And so even though there are a lot of people right now are worried about a 3-point warp blast, ooh, and we might see our first down here, but nope, there's Hank doing a fantastic job of covering people. They're doing a tremendous job. So we should see Hank shielding up again. Fantastic. And Wraith is at half health. And so the 3-point warp blast, while very strong, is not spectacularly an I win button. So I'm glad that this is kind of getting showed here. I hope that, you know, Karma gets some good advice here. So the big thing about a group like this is that Stage 1, you can sometimes make a 3-point warp blast build work, but I feel like if he went straight to Stage 2 instead of trying to engage at Stage 1, I feel that he might have been able to make some progress. And there we go again. Look at that pressure. Just one puncher going around the corner, and Hank being MVP of this match. Just full shields, always got it getting the shields, always doing what you're doing, and that's fantastic play by the Hunters. So right now, Wraith is going to try and skedaddle as much as possible, and hopefully get up to Stage 2 and then get either Abduct or one of the other skills. I'm not a big fan of Supernova and Decoy at the moment. I feel that they're pretty exploitive as Hunters, but 3-point Warp Blast and a 3-point Abduct is still pretty good. But look at that, full health, no strikes, monster almost dead. Really strong play from this. And again, I love the Hunter splits. Really phenomenal job. Assault always in front of the medic. Trapper always in front of the support. Like, they're just doing a fantastic job. I really applaud them for their work. And against a good Hunter team, a monster always feels rushed to evolve. You never feel safe. And so it looks like that he's kind of looking for a place to eat or a place to warp out and go from there. So it looks like that the medic is pulling back to the Trapper and support, while the Assault just kind of hangs back and sees what he can do. So we should be able to go ahead, possibly see it a dome. It might see a Kyra speed boost here. Oh, and that would have been a very close dome if it does land. Nope, doesn't look like he threw it. So good job on holding that off. And we'll see if we can get the Wraith all the way over here. There's a little tunnel over here I like to evolve in, just because it's really hard to see and it'll protect you from orbital bombardment. Thank you for saying that Aiden's cute. I love him. He's such a great kid. I love him. It was funny, the other day he was watching Curious George, and my wife and I were watching John Carpenter's The Thing, and he just turned 2 in January, but half the time he was just watching what we were watching, and I'm like, there's my son, not getting scared or worried or anything. He is a true Hildreth. Okay, so it looks like we're going to go ahead and see the evolve pretty shortly. Just remember that they do have Hank, so So he could get orbitals here, which could be a problem. And look at that Trapper being very, very ready. They knew that he was going off to go ahead and evolve, so they're just going out, going for the dome. And as soon as he pops out, it's going to be a very, very fast dome. And there's the dome. Don't think he's going to make it out of that. Yep. And very, very good team by Griffin. So we've got the 3 warp, 3 abduction build, and let's see how this unfoils. So very little armor. This is actually a hard place for Wraith to fight in. He doesn't have a lot of ways to block off line of sight. So this is going to be a very much an all-in if he does decide to go after somebody. So I do like that he's trying to juggle Torvald as much as possible, even though his personal shield is up. Oh, and there's a good double warp blast, so he might be able to make some work of this. It really just kind of depends. And there's Hank with that fantastic shield, the sexy, sexy shield gun. Kyra doing amazing work, keeping everyone healed up. It looks like that we might be able to see Morpheus getting down pretty soon, but I still feel that Kyra and Hank are just being really, really, really strong on this part. And there's that Conjugates. Fantastic job on Assault, just doing a tremendous amount of work. This is a really, really hard dome for most monsters, but especially Wraith. Ooh, and that orbital. Oh, that orbital. Fantastic job. Really, really hard to get away from that team. It would have been interesting to see the monster go to stage 2 without that huge health loss in the beginning. That might have put on the pressure that he might have needed.
GG.
Really good game. Let's go ahead and back up.
GG, man.
Fantastic. Hey, Divine Bovine, that is my wife, everyone. Please say hello, and thanks for letting MaddCow indulge his gaming addiction. Cool beans. Really, really, really good solid hunter play. Your splits were really strong. Hank, you were just amazing with your shield, always at the right person at the right time. You did really, really, really strong. That being the case, Karma, like after the first dome, I feel like you probably should have just gone for the stage 2 evolve instead of trying to hit somebody, trying to do some warp blast damage, especially against the Kyra Hank team, just because it's really, really hard to do damage on that team. So I felt like that you probably could have avoided some of the permanent health damage from that Senkit Dome by just jumping out and going to stage 2 and going from there. That being said, you guys were doing really, really good. That orbital at the very end was just really, really, really good. Got him right as soon as he got the abduct back. Just really strong play. The support was cloaking everybody. Anytime the first dome, for instance, Griffin was getting attacked, so you came in with the cloak, helped him and you get away. Then Kyra was able to help heal him up. But just really, really good play. I feel that Karma, you probably could have been a little bit faster. I'm not too sure. Did you guys see him when you first came out of the dropship?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because from my angle, it looked like it was you probably could have seen him, and so just a little bit, and that just kind of comes down to map knowledge at this point. But really good play, Karma. It's really hard to put a dent in that kind of a team. I know from experience. But you did really good. It didn't seem like you were super panicking. You were looking for a good place to evolve after a while. Unfortunately, the place where they domed you was a really horrible monster spot. There wasn't very much cover. There was nowhere you can wrap around a pillar. There was no one you could like abduct somebody and start attacking them to block line of sight. That's just kind of a bad area for monsters in general. So I feel like if you evolved in a stronger monster position, you probably could have made something else work, because you did get Griffin down pretty close a couple of times. So I would have liked to have seen it and probably evolve in a different place. But really good job, and I need to stop saying